This is Victor Nunley, the Comic Hero, and you're watching my good friend Brandon Dudechair Craven on the Rollins Rasslin Review Show.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Dudechair Craven, and this is another Monday Night Raw Top 5. This week's Top 5, it was hard. It was difficult to do. And as you can see, we are back in my room again because the WrestleMania review is still not done. I'm still working on the graphic for it. It's guys, it's 3D. That's all I can say about it. It's fully 3D. It's going to be fully 3D, and it's taken a while. I've run into some issues with it, and this kind of thing takes a while. I am sorry, but hopefully it'll be out this weekend. And just really quick, I do want to say a quick thank you to my buddy Victor Nunley for that awesome intro. If you guys remember, you did see the Power Ranger intros last week, which were really, really cool. So again, Victor, just thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. And I'm going to try to make that a regular thing where I can try to maybe get some of you guys to record some intros for me, kind of like these guys did. And maybe I can put them in my videos going forward. So I'll get into more about that a little bit later when I hammer out some more details about it. But anyway, yeah, it was difficult to do a top 5 this week for Monday Night Raw because it wasn't really all that good. To me, it wasn't. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this week's top 5 moments from Monday Night Raw, starting with number 5. My number 5 this week has to go to Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston versus Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley. Seth and Kofi carried this match. Baron and Lashley couldn't. And honestly, I just had to pick something. It's a good match. Wasn't great. Oh well. My number 4 this week has got to go to Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics and Lacey Evans. Now, I know what you're going to say. Alexa Bliss was also involved in the match with Becky and Nikki. Well, she wasn't. And honestly, I could see Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross being a future tag team. I could see it. I could honestly see it. I really could. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about who you want to see as a future women's tag team. I'm going with Becky and Nikki. It's got a good ring to it. My number 3 this week, The Miz versus Drew McIntyre. Good match. No complaints. I caught bits and pieces of it. I'm still working on the WrestleMania intro, so I only caught bits and pieces. But it was a good match from what I saw. So no complaints here. My number 2 this week, Roman Reigns and Shane McMahon's promo setting up their match for their pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Honestly, I think they set up a match for a pay-per-view that honestly a lot of people aren't going to be watching. They didn't watch it last year because of the issues going on over there. They probably won't watch it again this year. I didn't last year. Probably won't this year. We'll see. They've got a lot of good matches this year. They had a lot of good matches last year. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if people watch it. And my number 1 pick for this week has got to go to Cesaro versus Ricochet. I know Ricochet was not 100% going into this match, but he still looked great. And Cesaro, he can literally work with anybody. I would love to see him versus Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler, I don't know if he's retired. I don't know if he's just taking time off. I don't know what's going on. But if he comes back, I would love to see a program with those two, because those two could make anybody look good, and they can make each other look really good. So, you know, it was a really, really good match, and it was impressive from beginning to end. Now let's take a look at my honorable mentions for this week. My honorable mention for this week has got to go to the Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse promo they did for this week, where it was still that kiddie show, but it was still creepy on the other hand. I really like where this is going. I really, really like where this is going. I can't wait to see where it goes. I really can't wait for him to debut again. I just can't wait. It's going to be good. Now let's take a look at my pros and cons for this week. And we got a lot. My con for this week, and I actually really only have cons for this week. There weren't a lot of pros. So my first con for this week. Brock Lesnar as the Money in the Bank winner. Why? Why? How long is he going to hold that briefcase hostage like he did the Universal title? The rule is he has 1 year to cash it in. He can't do 2 years and not cash it in. He can't. Of course, I'm sure they could bend the rules for Brock Lesnar because it's Brock Lesnar. And Vince is willing to do anything for Brock Lesnar. My hope is that he doesn't cash in. It fades away into obscurity. Or better yet, cash it in and lose. That would be my ultimate hope. But y'all know how I feel about Brock Lesnar. And spoiler alert, that did happen Sunday at Money in the Bank. Your eyes didn't deceive you. It happened. Don't know why, but it happened. But I'll get into more about that on my pay-per-view this weekend. What I'm hopefully going to do with that is do Saturday NXT, Sunday WrestleMania, and then for the long weekend Monday do Money in the Bank. So we'll see what happens. My other con for this week, the 24/7 title. No explanation needed. It was a dumpster fire of a title. It was a dumpster fire of a match. The concept is there. If you guys remember, back in the day when they did the hardcore title, 24/7 rule, it could be defended anywhere, anytime, any place. And it was no holds barred. Weapons were legal. It's kind of the same concept here, except it's a PG version. No weapons. Well, I mean, I'm sure they probably could use weapons because R-Truth used a car. So I'm sure they could use weapons, but it's not the hardcore title. Which, quite honestly, everybody, including myself, was wanting the hardcore title. And it wasn't it. So naturally, everybody was disappointed. And also, I felt so bad for Mick Foley. He did everything he could to get that thing over, but it didn't work. The crowd completely crapped on it. And WWE knew it wouldn't get over. I mean, honestly, who would have thought that belt would get over? You'd have to be crazy to think that thing would get over. It's horrible looking. It's terrible looking. I saw a comment on Twitter the other day, and I don't remember who said it, but they said it looked like somebody just took a clock off a 50s diner and put it on the title. That's exactly what it looks like. And I think honestly, and this may just be me, but I think honestly, they use Mick, one of the nicest people in the world. I met him at a GeekCon last year in Shreveport. He's literally one of the nicest people on the planet, and they use the man as a scapegoat. I think they use him when they have bad ideas, and they know it's not going to get over, and they try to use him as a scapegoat to maybe think it's going to get over, but it never does. And it's a really messed up situation for a really, really nice dude. He's a really nice guy, and I hate they put him in that situation because he did everything he could to get that belt over and that match over, and it just didn't work. But that's just me. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the 24/7 title, if you enjoy the concept. If you think it's a great title, let me know in the comments. If you think it's a horrible title, let me know in the comments. So we'll see what happens going forward. But that is going to do it for my top 5 moments for Monday Night Raw this week. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for my top 5 moments from SmackDown Live. Hopefully that show's a lot better than Raw was. And we'll see what happens. But until then, guys, God bless you. My name is Brandon Dudechair Craven. And are you kidding me? Why are we doing this again? I'm not even going to interrupt anymore. I hit my microphone. I'm not even going to interrupt anymore. Go ahead. Go ahead. See you guys next time.